I'm going to show you real quick a couple of quick connections so you can start connecting these scales together. So you can start seeing how to connect them. We're going to do this up here, but I'm going to show you a 3-octave major scale. We'll do it in G. You can do this in any key. And this is a nice one because it's going to use fingerings 1, 2, 4 for the whole thing. You're just playing with a 1, 2, and 4 finger, but I'm going to take you through the first scale, into the second one, and then into number 4. Okay? Here's the way it looks. And you're always going to play this 1, 2, 4. And when you get up here, now this is the number 1 scale. Then we're going to shift up to the number 2 scale. And when you get up here, you're going to shift again. Now I'm in the number 4 scale. I use the 1, 2, 4 for the whole finger. Now I'm going to play through the whole 3 octaves. Slow. Okay, that's a 1, 2, 4 fingering, and you're basically going 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, then shift up a whole step. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, shift. Okay, it's a real nice way to start getting over. Look, you're playing over this much of the neck already, right? And that's the way you want to move around on the guitar. You don't want to play in this one shape, stop, go to the next shape. I would never play lines like that because it sounds too boxy, too fragmented. Am I right, Rob? Is that kind of boxy?
That is boxy.
That's boxy. We don't want to sound boxy. All right? You don't want to sound fragmented. You want to be phrasing your lines together. So watch that scale again, and I want you to see and start moving through shapes 1, 2, 4. Here it is one more time. Look how quickly and effortlessly you can get up the neck. Okay? That's a nice connection right there. We did another connection before down here where I connected the number 6 to number 1. And again, I'm just giving you these to start so you could start seeing how these relate, how you could run one into the next. Here's the 6th scale. When I get up to the top, I'm going to shift up a whole step, and I'm into my number 1 scale. Okay, so that's how you want to kind of think about these shapes, these scales. Remember, think about the notes, where your root note is, for starters. All right, so easily. So I'm playing off of this number 2 or number 3 shape, whatever one you want to call it. Then I'm back into my number 1. Now I'm up again. Now I'm going up to number 4. I hit the bad note, damn it. Okay, so you want to get to know these scales, not just as a box, but as a connection, as a big train ride or subway ride all the way down. So you're playing in one on the train and kind of stop off, play some licks, flow into the next one, stop off, play some licks, get into the next train, and you're like making stops on the train. And then what you want to do is you want to get to know the scale like I just played it, one string at a time. So for instance, on the high E string, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. So you want to, that's very important. I really like using one string at a time because it's a good vehicle to move into these shapes. You could just always connect with along one string, whether you're doing whatever, triplets, like let's say. Or I'll do like a lot of descending hammer licks. You know, or kind of like trills. But I'm moving across. I'm not just stuck in a box, right? So if I'm playing a lick here, see how I'm constantly constantly knowing where I'm at on each string and connecting them. And that's the way to go. And that's what you want to do with these. I'll give you one more connection link. Here's another 3-octave major scale, but this time instead of using 1, 2, 4 fingering for the whole scale, we'll use 1, 3, 4. And let's get out of G just to do something different. Let's play this in the key of C. Now the key of C has no sharps or flats in it. It's all just C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No accidentals. So we're doing the same shapes. We're just moving them down to the key of C. So like the first major scale in the key of C, what we called before number 1, we were playing here in G, just move it down and put your second finger on C. Second one, first finger on C. Okay, so everything stays relative, you're just shifting it down. So here's a nice 3-octave connection link where I'm connecting the first one we did with 1, 2, 4 fingering. That connected scales 1, 2, and 4. This one connects like the piece end of 6, 1, and 2. But you use a 1, 3, 4 for the whole thing. And whereas the first one, you would put your second finger on the root and go 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, shift 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, shift 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. This one, we're going to play with our pinky on the root. So whatever key you're in, if you're in C, just put your pinky on the low E string on the root and start with your first finger. And we're just going to do all 1, 3, 1s. Same kind of feel. 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, shift. There's my high C, my root note. But you see how, again, I'm connecting the scales where I'm not just sitting in one and boxy into the next. Let me play that again slow. C major, and we're doing the 3 octaves. We're hitting our C here, here, there, 3 octaves. When you get there, shift up a whole step. Shift up a whole step. Okay, so that's a nice, those are 2 nice scale links to get you start connecting these. So I want you to practice these major scales, get all 6 of them down, start in the key of G because it just lays out nice, and then practice them in A. Move them up a whole step, the whole block, the whole 6 of them, move them together. Try them back in F, then start going into other keys, B, C, D, okay? And you want to get them down cold. Make sure you emphasize and really know where those root notes are, and you practice connecting them together. And this is critical. So when we go on to the next module and we start talking about the modes, you're going to have these shapes, scales down cold. Put on a little G or whatever, a little, I love using jam tracks, and there's going to be some jam tracks included in this DVD. So put on one in G major, for instance, or if you have a little recording device, record a little progression in the key of G major, whatever, something. So that was just G major, E minor, C major, D major. So lay that down and then practice playing those major scales over. Right? And all your... Am I playing there? Again, sound a little scalar because I'm just showing you where you want to connect back and forth. So lay a progression down and practice over the top of it with your major scales in different keys. And look at the jam CD that came along with this DVD, and it'll explain how to do that. So we'll see you in the next module. Get these major scales down. Cold!